These Epstein files are nothing more than a gold mine. There is so many receipts, and those receipts connect so many dots to things that I guarantee you the majority of people forgot about. It's insane. Here, let me show you. Now, in the first video, I showed you that Epstein was on the payroll for Edgar Bronfman Sr. I also showed you the Bronfmans who bought Seagrams before Prohibition were involved in some pretty dark things. Like Claire here was the money behind the sex cult NXIVM. Epstein had an island, Claire and NXIVM had an island. And the Bronfmans' connection to Diddy. Now if you think that was a wild ride, get ready for this one. This is Matthew Bronfman, Edgar Bronfman Sr.'s son and brother to Claire. He is also all over the Epstein files. There's even meetings being shown between Matthew Bronfman and Ron Senator. And if you don't know who Ron is, let's just say that's another rabbit hole all on its own. But back to Matthew. If you're in Atlanta, you need to pay attention, because Matthew here, because he currently sits on the board at the Housing Authority in Atlanta. Now we know that Clintons are a longtime friends of the Bronfmans, but you remember when Bill had that episode with Monica Lewinsky?
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Well, what's interesting about that is that if you go into the Epstein files, there's a page labeled Clinton's divorce crisis. Well, in this file, it says that it's rumored that Bill had a relationship with this woman, Lisa Bellsberg, who just so happens to be the ex-wife of Matthew Bronfman. So needless to say, Matthew was definitely part of the club. Now who remembers the cargo ship, the Ever Given, that was stuck sideways in the Suez Canal? Now if you remember, everything about this was weird. Even though the name of the ship was Ever Given, it had Evergreen written right on the side of it.
The world's biggest shipping firms face a major gamble this weekend over whether to risk waiting for the Suez Canal to reopen. As new satellite images show, the global thoroughfare remains blocked by a massive cargo ship, and the cost to trade is adding up fast.
The ship was there for 106 days, and the theories went crazy, especially when it comes to Hillary Clinton. And the reasoning behind that is because in an interview, Hillary Clinton said that her code name when she was First Lady was Evergreen. And of course, none of that was actually proven, and that whole situation's been long forgotten about. Now, who remembers all the Wayfair stuff? The website had all the weird furniture that had crazy prices for no reason, and all the furniture was named after girls.
Storage cabinets, extremely high prices, all listed with girls' names and identical units selling for different amounts. The suggestion being that actually this was about trafficking young girls.
Again, not proven to be true, and since pretty much long forgotten about. Now, them using shipping containers isn't a conspiracy. It actually happens all the time. And in all parts of the world. But the big one was back in the early 80s when they found 500 fetuses inside one of these shipping containers on a yard.
I got a radio call from Ron Gillette, the foreman. They said the men were throwing up and there was something really wrong.
But I saw it myself. I couldn't believe it. And it's just not many babies, just small gory pieces. The heads chopped off.
So all these theories about what was really going on with that ship in the Suez Canal weren't exactly far-fetched. But what if they were just a little bit off? See, Matthew here has a bunch of different titles, and not just friends with Epstein. See, Matthew here controls IKEA in a certain area that's pretty close to the Suez Canal. And if you don't know about the stuff from IKEA, well, between 9 different cases of their dressers taking out little kids, massive amounts of skeletons being found in IKEA merchandise, and tank mines ending up at their warehouse, it's pretty safe to say that IKEA has just as dark of a history as the Bronfman family. And then the fact that there's millionaires that fill their houses full of IKEA furniture just fuels the whole thing. Now, what do you think that ship that was stuck in the Suez Canal was full of coffee, livestock, and IKEA furniture. Well, we already know the Brofmans and the Clintons are longtime friends, so that fits. So what are the chances instead of Wayfair, it was IKEA doing the same thing? If you ask me, it's almost undeniable. But let me know what you think in the comments. And stay safe.